Hey guys, I'm Kelly. I live in Aubrey. I'm a former Frisco resident, but my kids still live in Frisco and work in Frisco as well. The rapid demographics change in Frisco is the result of steering the Indian community for tax benefits at the expense of locals losing jobs and massive culture change. I hold a Texas real estate license, and I was an assistant property manager for a company that owns apartment communities in Frisco and in their surrounding areas. In the apartments, a person from India will come in, fill out an application, and they will get approved. And then on move-in day, the qualifying person is nowhere to be found, but a friend will be picking up the keys, and the next thing you know, the original leaseholder is back in India and impossible to get a hold of. That means the person who actually moved in did not have to qualify like everybody else. That is a fair housing issue. Let one applicant who got denied find out, and that is a massive lawsuit waiting to happen. It's happening on such a large scale in Frisco and Plano that it is impossible to police. Once an apartment gets in Indian hands, it's over. If they want to move out, they don't honestly let the management company know. They advertise it on various Indian Facebook groups and apps and make sure they do an apartment change to another person from India. No other race or nationality has a chance, and that's only accounting the people that are doing the changes through the office staff. I also see people who were evicted because their job was replaced by H-1B workers, and that can keep you from renting for 4 to 7 years, depending. Meanwhile, people from India are walking in, not even going through the proper channels to apply, while Texans are going homeless. Part of the application process is a background check to make sure you have no felonies and to make sure you are legally here. When they don't go through the proper channels to apply, we don't know who our neighbors are. There is also a lot of crime on top of the fair housing stuff. One apartment in particular had many complaints that people from India were rotating through it like it was a hotel room. Once the apartment was back in our hands, I had to do a move-out inspection, and I found this. It has a name, a passport number, and an address. You can forge documents, such as visas, with somebody else's passport number. This information was on display for anybody coming in to use for whatever reason. I've also witnessed fake technology companies hiring entry-level H-1Bs and paying for 10 apartments at a time while also supplying them with all of their groceries that they need. I have seen too much to talk about in 5 minutes. I have witnessed Americans being laid off in Frisco because their team went to Indian workers, so they had to move back to the state that they came from. The same scammers in the apartments are the ones moving on to buy the houses. The Grove in Frisco boosts this realtor named Ram on their website as being an essential part of their team because 75%, probably more, of his client base is South Asians. Boosting a real estate agent because he can bring you a high percentage of a certain nationality of buyers goes directly against TREC rule number 531.19, discriminatory practices. No license holder shall make a disclosure of the owner or potential purchaser based on race, color, religion, or sex or national origin. That is going on all over Indian Facebook groups on an ongoing basis. I had a local doctor in Frisco on a Frisco forum tell me that a lot of his high-income earning clientele are also receiving full Social Security disability. H-1B holders found a way to get FHA government-backed loans, and let's not touch on the fact that India recently discovered thousands of fake medical degrees and certifications used to get jobs in medicine, nursing, and engineering. The lie, scam, and corruption just keeps coming to light. It seems like the Indian community is coming here, living above the rules, taking jobs, and not assimilating. So somebody like me who sees the scams and the lies and how absolutely trash these apartment communities are becoming isn't impressed that they can buy a massive house because, like the apartments, the houses will eventually be trashed as well. Once Frisco became more developed after the mall opened back in the 90s, it was always an affluent area with high income earners. We already had doctors, engineers, and whatnot. So when we get told that these are our doctors and our engineers, it's insulting to somebody like me who has had to hand an engineer or a project manager a tissue after eviction court because somebody from India came in and took their job. It's sad to see the city of Frisco used to be beautiful farmland and fresh air, and now it's nothing but student driving stickers. I had a Muslim man spit in my face when I was walking to work in Frisco. And let me tell you guys, he yelled racial slurs in my ear, and I will say this. It's rude to come into someone else's country and tell them how to live. This is America. Women have rights, and we are done sitting back and being quiet about this. I hope more people start speaking up. Save our American daughters before it's too late. Also, if knowing that American workers are losing their jobs and being displaced at the hands of foreign workers doesn't bother you, you shouldn't hold any political office in this country. The education, safety, and economic growth of Texans should be priority number 1. So we need to stop pandering to foreign workers and start putting Texans first. Thank you.